Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Locked Down. And this is a new film on HBO Max, and this takes place and was filmed during the quarantine and lockdown with all of this pandemic going on. And this was written by Stephen Knight, who's famous for Peaky Blinders, Locke, and directed by Doug Liman, who did Edge of Tomorrow, Live, Die, Repeat, whatever you want to call it, and The Bourne Identity. And this film focuses on a broken couple. They are no longer together, but they're stuck in quarantine together. And it's Chiwetel Ejiofor, who's made some mistakes in his past. He's stuck being this driver, and he's really a poet at heart, and he has this intelligence, this artfulness. And then you have Anne Hathaway, who's doing things that she doesn't want to do for the sake of the company she works for. She has an asshole boss played by Ben Stiller. And you have these two at odds with each other. And this film, for an hour and 10 minutes, is very much a really uncomfortable and awkward drama about broken romance. It's not an actual romance at that point because it's past prime. And there's a lot of Zoom calls with different people, like Anne Hathaway with people from work, and a stepbrother played by Dooley Hill. And the film really works in what it's trying to accomplish in this first hour and 10 minutes because Anne Hathaway and Chiwetel Ejiofor are very committed, very charismatic. They have great chemistry together. There's contempt here. And it's really fitting and relatable because I think all of us that do live with somebody during all of this might have some awkward moments. Obviously, theirs is a point beyond return, or so it seemed. And you have these tensions, these underlying themes, like Ejiofor dealing with his past and how that's held over him and getting in the way of him being successful, and him trying to just poo-poo the world and be like, you're turned against me. Why should I even try? And he goes out into the streets and reads poetry out loud to his fellow inmates, his neighbors. But then this movie turns into a heist film. And I'm like, when this happened? And this film is 2 hours and feels really overstretched because it feels like two completely different movies. And they start having this idea of stealing this diamond and putting them in a better place. And, Chiwetel Ejiofor starts getting his, groove back and his badassness. And Anne Hathaway's like, I want me some of that. And there starts to be a spark again. So then it's it's so weird because the first half of this film is very much like a dying relationship, that contention, all of that. And then the second half of this film is a heist film with a budding, spark-filled romance. And this passion there. And it's just when did this shift? Where'd this come from? And it never really feels like it pulls together. And then you have this heist that never feels like there's enough tension or suspense to make me think, oh, they might not make it. And things are very convenient how they get through stuff. And the film has a lot of good humor to it. I laughed a decent amount during this film and enjoyed that. It just feels like these stories never really click together, but I had so much time enjoying it because of Hathaway and Ejiofor that I'm just like, okay, I can enjoy this. And then you have some other plot threads and different characters coming in over Zoom. You have Stephen Merchant, you have Ben Stiller, you have Class Bang, and you have all these other actors, and they bring a little bit when they're on the screen, but really at the core it's these two actors, and where the story never really fully comes together, I feel like there's enough charisma and charm here to have an enjoyable time. It just feels a little overstretched. But those are my thoughts on Locked Down. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.